Hello students, I am Raghavendra Kumar Singh, faculty of US Academy and Institute. Today we will discuss class 8th history's 5th chapter, When People Rebel. In this chapter we will discuss about policies and the peoples, peasants and the sepoys, fight between company and nawabs and rajas, etc. Policies and the people. Nawab loses their power. Nawab and Raja lost their authorities and power since the mid 18th century. In order to protect their interest, many ruling families tried to negotiate with the company. Rani Lakshmibai of Jhansi wanted the company to recognize her adopted son as the heir of the kingdom after the death of her husband. But the company turned down these pleas. Awadh was one of the last territories to be annexed. In 1801, a subsidiary alliance was imposed on Awadh, and in 1856 it was taken over. The company planned to bring down the Mughal dynasty to an end. In 1849, Governor General Dalhousie announced that after the death of Bahadur Shah Zafar, his family would be shifted out of the Red Fort and given another place in Delhi to reside in. After Bahadur Shah Zafar, the last Mughal king, none of his descendants would be recognized as king. They would just be called princes. The peasants and the sepoys. Peasants and zamindars from the countryside resented the high taxes and rigid method of revenue collection. Many lost their lands as they failed to pay back their loans to the moneylender. The Indian sepoy who were employed of the company were unhappy about their pay, allowance and condition of services. When sepoy were told to go to Burma to fight for the company via sea route, they refused to go but agreed to go via land route. The company passed a law in 1856 which stated that every new person who took up employment in the company army had to agree to serve overseas if required. Responses to reform. The British reformed Indian society by passing laws to stop the practice of sati and to encourage the remarriage of widow. English education was widely promoted. After 1830, Christian missionaries were allowed to function freely in its domain and on land and property. A new law was passed in 1850 to convert the Christianity easier. The law allowed Indian Christians to inherit the property of their ancestors. A mutiny becomes a popular rebellion. A large number of people believes that they have a common enemy and rose up against the enemy at the same time. For such a situation to develop, peoples have to organize, communicate, take initiative, and display the confidence to turn the situation around. In May 1857, East India Company faced a massive rebellion. In several places, sepoys mutinied, beginning from Meerut, and a large number of peoples from different sections of society rose up in rebellion. It is considered as the biggest armed resistance to colonialism in the 19th century, from Meerut to Delhi. On 29th March 1857, Mangal Pandey was hanged to death for attacking officers in Barakpur. Some sepoys of the regiment Meerut refused to do army drill using the new cartridge. suspected of being coated with the fat of cows and goat. On 9th May 1857, 85 sepoys were dismissed from services and sentenced to 10 years in jail for disobeying their officers. The soldiers released the imprisoned sepoys from the Meerut jail on 10th May. The soldiers were determined to bring an end to their rule in the country. The sepoys rode all night of 10th May and reached Delhi in the early hours next morning. Triumphant soldiers gathered in the Red Fort, demanding to meet Badshah. Bahadur Shah Zafar accepted the demand and wrote letter to all the chiefs and rulers of the country to come forward and organize a confederacy of Indian states to fight the British. The Mughal dynasty had ruled over a very large part of the country. Some rulers and chieftains controlled different territories, were threatened by the expansion of British rule. The British thought that the disturbance caused by the issue of the cartridge would die down, but the entire situation changed dramatically by the decision of Bahadur Shah Zafar. The rebellion spread. The British were routed from Delhi, and for almost a week there was no uprising. Regiment mutinied, and troops joined nodal points like Delhi, Kanpur, and Lucknow. Nana Sahib, the adopted son of late Peshwa Baji Rao, proclaimed himself Peshwa, gathered armed forces and expelled the British garrison from the city. In Lucknow, Birjis Qadar proclaimed the new Nawab. In Jhansi, Rani Lakshmi Bai joined the rebel sepoys and fought the British along with Tatya Tope, the general of Nana Sahib. In the Mandla region of Madhya Pradesh, Rani Avanti Bai Lodi of Ramgarh led an army against the British, who had taken over the administration of her state. The British were defeated in the number of battles. A situation of a widespread popular rebellion developed in the region of Awadh in particular. Emergence of many new leaders, for example, Ahmadullah Shah from Faizabad, Bhakt Khan in Delhi, Kunwar Singh in Bihar. Now the company fight back. The company brought reinforcements from England, passed new laws to easily convict the rebels. In September 1857, Delhi was recaptured, and the last Mughal emperor, Bahadur Shah Zafar, was sentenced to life imprisonment. In March 1858, Lucknow was taken, and Rani Lakshmi Bai was defeated and killed in June 1858. Rani Avanti Bai chose to embrace death when surrounded by the British on all sides. Tatya Tope was captured, tried and killed in April 1859. The defeat of rebel forces encouraged desertion. To win people's loyalty, the British announced rewards for loyal landholders who will continue to enjoy traditional rights over their lands. If anyone who rebels against the British surrendered themselves, and if they had not killed any white people, they would remain safe, and their right and claims to land would not be denied. Now, aftermath. By the end of 1859, the British and regained control of the country. Some of the important changes that were introduced by the Britishers were: in 1858, a new act was passed and transferred the power of the East India Company to the British Crown in order to ensure more responsible management of Indian affairs. A member of the British cabinet was appointed Secretary of State for India and made responsible for all matters related to the governance of India. He was given a council to advise him, called the Indian Council. The Governor General of India was given the title of Viceroy. Through these measures, the British government accepted direct responsibility for ruling India. All ruling chiefs were assured that their territory would never be annexed in future. They were allowed to pass on their kingdom to their heirs, including adopted sons. The Indian rulers were to hold their kingdoms as subordinates of the British crown. The proportion of Indian soldiers in the army were reduced and the number of European soldiers increased. Muslim lands and properties were confiscated on a large scale and they were treated with suspicion and hostility. The British decided to respect the customary religion and social practices of the peoples in India. Policies were made to protect landlords and zamindars and give them security of right over the lands.